Okay, this is the window removal. I tried to take a razor blade and cut this section off. It was just impossible. Then I tried to just cut down through here. Again, impossible. So I got this Harbor Freight deal. A line where I thought was the edge of the glass right there. All around the window, and it seems to have loosened. Give this a little bit, I don't know if you can see that, giving that a little bit of flex to get a razor blade up underneath that. So hopefully that's the fix for it. There you go. My goal is not to bust this windshield. I know it's a piece of crap and scratched, but in an emergency thing I could put this one back in here. But I think I got a good windshield at Texas City. Put that in there. I'm going to do the same thing on this one, but this window's not any good. But you can buy these windows, but you can't buy these. You got to get used ones. At least that's all I found. Alright, I got it cut all the way, except for this little corner and this piece right here. And I've had to cut straight in. I had to cut straight in like this, and I've had to cut that way as well. So let me turn that on. That wasn't good. Scratched up my metal. And hopefully, and the reason why I'm taking time to do this, because I've taken one out before and I wasn't patient. Didn't cut that all up, and that windshield came out in pieces. So there you go. So now I should be able to get inside, push that out. I'm in the car. It's still in there really good. Let me see if I can push it out with my foot. Golly! That son of a gun is in there! Woo! Alright, let me get the razor blade up in here, see if I can cut the glue loose. I think I keep seeing little pieces of glass, but I even took this off. I got most of this off around this window, so I'm going to try to push it out again, but somehow it's stuck to the back side of that. And it's got just enough on this front face. Just enough on that front face to not be able to pull that sucker out. I've been fighting this thing, I think, for an hour, but let's try it. It took an hour. And still don't even have all the gasket out. Hey, I'm happy about that. I figured that would just have been totally rotten out. I don't care. Pardon my French. What I cared about was this in here. And this all looks good. I'll buff that up, clean it up. Get that all painted the same day. Let's see how this looks. So I guess the rot was down in here and not in the window jamb. So I got a little bit fix on these corners. I think I'm just going to lay some fiberglass in here and drill some holes so if it gets wet the water can go through, and that's the problem. They didn't put any little weep holes for the water to go out, so it just made its own little weep holes. But man, I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to get these clips off next, and then we'll buff it. Well, tomorrow we'll buff it. I'm getting tired. I gotta decide whether I'm taking the front out, because I think I can fix this. I don't know, I got a lot of damage in here. That's what I didn't know, whether I could fix this. I should have started early this morning, got this out. Let's see how to get these clips out, see if they nothing about these stupid clips. I wasn't gonna put the clips back on it. Anyway, tried to go deeper on the front, just went crazy on it. This one I don't care if it cracks. Not that I want it to crack all over me. Golly. Ugh. Nope. I don't know what the problem is. These suckers don't want to come out of there. Well, if you don't care how it comes out, it's like cracking an egg. Get the party started. Start lifting up, but I did cut around it. I don't think you could get it out if you hadn't got the party started. This whole section here is keeping that on there. And get that sliced away with the razor. That's gonna make it hard to get off, but the rest of that's all off. I don't think you could have got it out of there without, like, this little pit holds that on there real good. But basically I got the egg cracked. It's gonna come out and I'm just gonna throw it in the dumpster. This is scary as heck, even with, I'm afraid, one of those shards, like a bad horror movie. Oh, came loose. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Got glass everywhere on the seats. I'm glad I went ahead and just did it, got it done. What a mess. All right, kind of got it swept up, but this always scares me to see a car with the windows pulled out, because that's the stage that you see hundreds and hundreds of cars on Facebook and OfferUp. They get to this point and they can't get past these windows. They take them out, have a little damage on them like this, and you know, you just can't get past it. So this is the first car. Well, no, I've replaced some windows, not me, but I've had windows replaced. But when you're saying you're going to do body work under it and then have them out and fix it and then go put the windows back in, that's I don't know. I just know that I got the gaskets already. I know where to get the front windshield. I really thought this was going to be all ate up. I guess this is how the water is getting down in there, but I'm gonna buff this off tomorrow and get all this shit off of here, and we're gonna put a new headliner in there so we get this stuff off, and hopefully we'll get this all kinds of glass in here, but we're gonna have dust everywhere, so I'm going to wait to vacuum that out until I have these buffed more. I think I'm just going to be able to buff this and prime this. Just going to buff it, not try to get all that paint off. Just going to buff the crap off of it. I'm not sure what these little holes are here for. That's definitely letting water down inside. I don't know, I guess it's down underneath there, but I guess if water was getting in here, the water would go. It's like these cars, they leak. I don't know how they're getting. Maybe they're getting in here and just going up underneath that edge. You can get water all over the floor, every one of these dumb cars. Mustangs, Camaros, these just get water everywhere. But anyway, enough said. Look at all that stuff that's come out of these. The tar from that stuff is spraying everywhere. It's probably all over the interior. Good thing is once it dries, it comes out. But once you hit it, I wasn't going to take it off, but every time I'd hit a spot, it just goes sticky. So it's still sticky on the edges, but it's pretty smooth there. So I've done it twice. There's more in that groove. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my grinder and nibble all those little spots off. Try to nibble all that rest of the clips, get them off without taking off the thing. And I can't see up in here, so I can see I've missed some spots because of the angle, and I'm wearing safety glasses. So I see I missed a bunch of stuff up in there. I'm gonna have to do that better, but when I'm going up in there, I hear, I can see the rust sparklets like this. I wanna cut that off, but leave all of that intact. So, this is gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to reshape that. It's a little high, so I may just grind that down. Still don't decided whether I'm welding or fiberglassing. Don't know what I'm doing. The front, I just don't know how I'm gonna get in there to get that out. Some places don't have it. I'm gonna get up here and grind these little niblets out. Be nice if I could do them all like that. That's one that's rusted away. Leave them like that for sure. What a pain. And that's the stuff from that, the anti-seize, so those don't get stuck on there. I did away with the air vent that makes it so I can't squirt my windshields, but none of this stuff worked anyways. My goal for that was to keep water from going down inside there, but there's still water getting in there. So I'm not sure how it's getting past all of this to get water down in there, but I guess it still is. My theory was it was coming in through this front windshield, and that's probably where it was coming in at. Enough to just annoy you and get on the floor. So maybe it was coming in here, going down, filling up, and little holes. So, oh well. Got in here with the grinder. Grinded all those pieces off. I know the next guy's going to be freaked out because I grind those off, but I don't want them. And that's that. Alright, I think I got that. I used the glue as an indicator of how much I still need to work down to. I think that's pretty good. I'll clean it up with some thinner acetone before I paint it. I cut off all the little things, top and bottom. Got a couple holes, got a hole over there. So now I need to decide how am I going to fix this stuff. This I think I need to weld. The little tiny stuff I think I need to just blob on some Bondo or some fiberglass. Back here, man, that really needs to be cut with some metal, but man, that just seems like a lot of freaking work. Fiberglass would be quick. Metal work, you'd be trying to fit that all in there. This is so thin, it's just gonna blast away. You're not, this isn't like thick stuff you can weld to, so it's gonna be a problematic. This right here was a patch, and it's just a lot of work to put in a patch. Where I could probably fiberglass that from the bottom, and then fiberglass it from the top, and then Bondo it. If I could get a patch to stick from the bottom, it'd be golden. This over here, same thing. I think I can stick some fiberglass up underneath, and then we'll go on top. So we'll go underneath, we'll sand it, put some fiberglass up in there. We'll lay some fiberglass on top of this to make that look a little better. I'll patch that little hole over there, and fiberglass this. This doesn't need any work, so that's good. Alright, I think I got a fiberglass plan. I was kind of thinking I was just going to go ahead and fiberglass this hole too, so maybe I should. That's the gas tank. I don't really want water coming down here and getting on top of that gas tank, but if you try to drill holes in here to get the water to drain, guess what? You're going to be poking a hole in the gas tank. So maybe I should try to drill from the bottom side up so I could get this to drain. See, that's a drain going to go on top of there, but maybe I should cover that like that. Cover this hole. So let me buff those. I got these holes that's supposed to put plugs in, so we'll put real plugs in those, I guess. Probably got the plugs. I probably got the plug for this. Probably why I didn't close these. They probably take plastic plugs. So that's probably why I left them like that. But considering that's on top of the gas tank, I think I'm just going to drill some holes here. Got some natural holes there. I'm going to fix those. Let me buff that real quick, and we'll get fiberglass in. Also going to fiberglass that. And I have these up underneath the... Ooh, I got to get in here and vacuum. I got to fix these, and I was going to put some metal patches. I still think I'm going to do that. Put the metal patches in there. That will look a lot better. Alright, got a lot to do, but I'm going to stick with the windows. I'll do that patch later. Alright, not perfect, but I'm going to fiberglass that. I welded in a patch. Definitely not perfect. Still got a hole. This kept blowing out, so I think this is fiberglass there. We're just going to fiberglass this. This back piece, I put a giant patch in here. It's not real perfect, but at least there's some metal back in this hole. I cut this out, but see, this is not wanting to patch. So I'm going to fiberglass underneath, just like I'm going to fiberglass these, but at least this has something more solid to fiberglass to. Just tacked it. So we'll put some fiberglass up underneath there and coat in there, but that at least gives it something more solid to attach to. I'm not real thrilled about that, but it is what it is. And we're going to definitely fix that corner, but we'll patch it. And that's got enough metal, we'll just fiberglass that little hole. So let me get the fiberglass and get to fiberglass resin. Alright, this is the window from the other 72 I had. As you can see, it's got the butyl on it on the glass insertion side almost all the way around. So that's what keeps that from getting sticky. I found all the chrome. I didn't really want to install the chrome, but on the front, that's what holds it in at the bottom. So the butyl and the chrome is going to be what it's going to take. So we're going to re-buy the butyl. We're going to get the clips, which I regret cutting off all those good clips that were on there. Just going to create more work, but I'm going to clean up this window, make sure it fits. This window costs 200 bucks. So if I can use this one, that'll save me 200 bucks. The front one I found for 110 brand new. So we're going to get the front windshield for 110. So that'll save me a lot of money. Well, that's a bummer. That is a sedan glass, a 4-door glass. It don't fit. Not at all. So basically, 2-door glass got more of a curve to it, and it's got more of a curve up here at the top. So what a stinker. I thought so. Now that's just going to be, I feel like just throwing this one in the trash. Nobody going to want a 4-door rear glass ever. Well, anyway, at least I didn't spend too much time making it professional. Just cleaned it up before I put it on there. Okay, the looks like the short ones are for the 2-door hardtop. The long ones are for the 4-door. Now I can make it shorter, because I can custom cut this to make it shorter. All I gotta do is copy that, move it down a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard, just to cut it and then notch that out to replicate a short one. So basically we got all the pieces, one long piece. That's what helps hold in the glass at the bottom. Basically there's nothing on the bottom to hold the glass in. This little lip here holds the tiny bit of the gasket, so the gasket's held right here and by these 4 little tabs, and I've already kind of test fitted it in there, and there's nothing. So that's why you need the butyl to stick to the window down in here like the Camaros, and then you put the clips on it to help hold that gasket in there. So what sucks is I cut away a lot of them clips, and I should have just left them in there, the ones that were still good. So now I'm gonna have to buy the clip kit and do all of them. So I got an extra piece for the top one. The back one, I got all the pieces. Since the window is different, all these pieces are different too. They're shaped different, but luckily I had all 4 of them for this one. So that's the chrome to put in this back. And that's my goal, to go ahead and put all this in, put it back together, and then this is all black, so whatever color the car wanted to be next, you just tape it and all that would be good.